I'd like to share with you on this week's Parshas Haazinu something very beautiful from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Levi Yitzchok Zatzal. Beginning of this week's Parshas Haazinu, Hashem describes many interesting details about the Torah. Yarov kamoto likchi, my words, my Torah, is compared to rain. And then it says, Kisi'idim alei desha, and Rashi and Meforshim explain like the strong winds on the vegetation, the chivivim, the raindrops, ale esav. The Rebbe's father brings down from the Kutei Torah from the Alter Rebbe in this week's Parsha, who brings from the Arizal that both words, kisi'idim and also the chivivim, are referring to rain. The difference is, kisi'irim is a loshon of seor, hairs. Hairs are very thin, many hairs on the person's head. They are compared to drizzling rain, light rains. The chirvivim are heavy raindrops. And the difference is what says further between kisi'irim ali desha. Desha is the beginning of the sprouts of the grass, just hairs of grass just coming up from the ground. And then we have later on through the larger rains, b'cherivim, stronger raindrops, ali desha, where you have the grass blades, packs of grass. Explains the Alter Rebbe, this is a moshul and compares the two parts of Torah. The hair, the seyor, grows from the head, comes out from the head. That's where the the chokhmah and bina is. That's where the wisdom of the person is. Same things by the Eibishter. Hashem's halachos, just the halachos, without the depth of the meaning of it, is compared to here is very light. In other words, it's a source from Hashem, many halachos, but you don't have the depth and the meaning of the halachos. Like here is very light, each hair on its own. Then there's the next step of when a person learns in a very deep way of pilpul, incisive way, deeply learning each subject, each halacha, the difference between one halacha and another halacha. And that is the heavy raindrops. And then you have desha, you have esav, packs of grass. So you have two types of learning. You have a person just learns halacha. Each halacha is like one hair at a time. And then you have where you learn the halachas in a much deeper way, in a pilpul way, in a deep analytical, using a person's mind in great effort, incisive way, understanding and learning the halachas thoroughly. So we have two types of learning. Says Rabbi Levi Yitzchok that this is the meaning and actually the argument or the different approaches in learning which we have in the Gemara. The Gemara says over there was two great sages, Rabbi Yosef and Rabbi. Rabbi Yosef was Sinai. He just wanted to give over the halachas, as Rashi explains, the way he was given over from Hashem. That was his main approach. The bottom line, what are the halachas, where Hashem gave it over from Sinai. Rabbi was oikahorim. He used to tear mountains, which means he used to go into it very deeply, understanding in depth all the halachas. Now comes Rabbi Levi Yitzchok and says that in the names of Yosef and Rabbi is hinted their approach. Yes, many explanations to this, many details. We'll just focus on one. In the name Yosef, we have 4 letters: Yud Vov Samach Pei. So he says these letters are a hint to the halachas. The second letter is a Vov, 6. 6 goes under 6 Sidrei Mishnah. How many Mesichtes are there in total? There's 60 Mesichtes. That's the letter Samach. Then we have the letter Pei. It says in Medrash that in Torah's Koyanim there were Pei Braisos. 80 chapters of Brises. The word Brisa means outside, which means it wasn't included in the Mishnah. So in the Vov, Samach Pei covers all the halachas from the Mishnah and the Brisa. And the Yud in the beginning is for Yira, the first letter of Yira, telling you that together with the learning, you need Yira Shemayim. You have to be a God-fearing Jew. That's Yosef. He was halacha Sinai. Rabbi comes to explanations. To the meaning of the word Rabbi means great, Godol. He learned something in a very great manner, not just in the simple, practical halacha, but he wanted to understand the depth of it. And also Rabbi adds up to Roz, Reish Zion, 207. He wanted to get to the depth, to the secret of the halacha, to the depth of the halacha, the Roze. So Yosef and Rabbi, in their names is hinted their approach to learning. Concludes Rabbi Yitzchok that a person has to have both of these qualities. A person, of course, has to learn halachis and know halachis, but together with that, this is also Hashem wants that he should learn Torah in great depth. And this is also, it's a long discussion, not going to it now, but it says in Parshas Yisrael, it's not going on women and men, it's going on two approaches in the learning itself. Beis Yankiv is the halacha part, Yisrael is the learning in great depth. And the Pasuk is telling us in this week's Parsha, a person has to focus on both levels of Torah.